live reading. I choose to be guided. So I'm doing one today. I won't be before you long. This is a lunch break. Moment in time. And as we are guided, so shall we be. I am your host, Dr. Princess-Odilia, your soul's journey doc. I am here to help billions reach their life's true purpose. Yes, I've been about this mission for many years now. And guess what? I am so happy to see that there is so much. There is so much transforming. Oh, okay, hold on. We're going to have to wait. I got to do a word. We need a word for you. So listen. No matter what, I want you to start paying attention. I have a feeling that somebody has not been paying attention, and there are some things that you are bypassing, that you are overlooking in your life. Listen, if you're new, I want to welcome you. And if you are returning, welcome back. Yeah. I don't think I've ever done a live reading, but we're going to do it today because this is what is coming. Listen, you need to pay attention. You need to really, 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 really pay attention to the signs and the clues that are around you. You're looking at something that is in your life that seems to be just, there's a miracle, and follow your intuition. There's a miracle that is waiting you, and you need to follow your intuition. All right. So, like I said, it's something that is right in front of you. I want you to ask God, whatever it is that I may be overlooking, make it plain and make it clear for me. Okay? You are a visionary. Make it plain and clear for me, so that you might see what great messages are there for you. Look at that. These two. You have your higher calling, your intuition. Following your intuition. Yes. We're just putting it together. Following your intuition. And you're kind of new at it. Doing it in such an intentional way. This morning on my walk, one thing that came to me was the parents who are given the responsibility of a soul, a child that wants to be kind of obstinate, but a soul that has been called to do something very great. And this child is not interested in following the traditional plans. They're not interested in doing it the way life has already said that it was supposed to be, or how it generally is done. So one thing about that parents have to really pay attention to, especially in this day and age, is our children. We have been given souls that have been put in our souls. Our children's souls chose us so that it can continue the intuitive flow, the carefree flow that it was called to take. And some of the souls are very strong-willed and they are really, all souls are on a mission, but some souls have been here so many times and they know for sure that this particular time they are going to make a big milestone on their path. And they aren't willing to deal with anything. They don't want to have to deal with anything, because they know that if the vessel that they came in would be allowed to be free, they know for sure that they will make the right choice. But then they may have parents, they may have traditional cycles that they have been born into that will cause there to be some type of friction in the flow. So being purpose-driven parents, raising purpose-driven children, it is not necessarily an easy route. It's not necessarily an easy responsibility, especially when you are dealing with, in many cases, someone who has a soul that is a generational curse breaker, for example. You have a child that is a generational curse breaker, which means that you yourself is a generational curse breaker, and you have been given an assignment that you yourself has been trusted in. So when you are in a situation where you have a child who has a higher calling for the Most High, Elohim, El Shaddai, they need the freedom. They need the freedom to be able to flow. They need the freedom. Your child needs the freedom. And your child, some children are, let me explain how this goes. See, some children, they're going to do everything that you say. But inside they're boiling. Inside they're upset. Then you wonder what happened. How in the world is the child going crazy? Why is the child ending up in a situation of addiction or going down this path that you know good and well that you had nothing to do because you did not raise them like this, right? You're wondering why, when in fact it's the soul that's screaming to be separate from the binding, being separate from the restriction that you have bound it to, because you yourself have afforded yourself to be caught up in the source of humanity that literally does bind, right? But see, they want to be left alone to their personal choice. And then you say to yourself, well, how am I supposed to do that? Because I just want what's best for my child. And I get it. So what happens is, and I'm going to tell you what I did when my children were little in a minute, but what happens is when you want what's best, your best may be different than theirs. It is not the way that you took. These children are becoming what? Older and wiser when they come in here. The inner knowing, their intuition, they're coming here following. They're coming here following. Until we tell them it's something different. Until we try to put that soul in the box that we were in. But see, nowadays, they're not coming. They're not even trying to hear it, a lot of them. And then you have those who are just smitten with grief. And it's not your fault. Don't you dare feel guilty. No. You've done the best that you can. But that's why you found this particular show today. You've done the very best that you can with your children. The very best that you can with your children. Right? So I want you to know that was a message that came out this morning when I was on my walk. Look at this. Protection. Their vision is protected. And there is limitless potential. Limitless potential. Your gift is protected. Listen here. When I was on my walk, I was like, wow. A message came out of me, and I'll have to post what came out of me because a lot of times I have to go back and listen to what it was. Because I don't know. I channel it. It's a prophetic word. But that is something that we are definitely going to have to really, it will be changed because our children, what I asked God for me, my children were little, I said, God, help me, show me what my children are here to do. so that I can be the best parent that I can be. Show me, reveal to me what their soul's mission is. And this was before I really knew the whole totality of the soul and that whole idea, because I was raised Pentecostal, right? I was raised indoctrinated. I was brought up into the indoctrination. I found myself right up in there. So what I had to do, I did something different. I did something different. I didn't do it based on the control. I allowed them to be free. Sometimes I said, what in the hell was wrong with me? Because sometimes I wanted to knock them, you know, they used to say, I want to knock your teeth out. No, you didn't just say that. But what it does is allows you to be free to listen to what they're saying. What you have to allow them to go through the journey that their soul is here to go through. And one of the toughest things, and oh, God bless you, my little, oh man, when you are given a generational curse breaker, oh my gosh, and you have to watch them go through it so they can break something. And it doesn't necessarily start when they're grown. It starts when they're young. Remember the story of Jesus. When Jesus was with his mom and dad, I think in the wilderness, or they were walking, and they turned around and Jesus was gone somewhere else. He had went in there, sat down and talked to the ministers. He was on the mission early, right? So some of our children, you will see they come ready. Their souls are ready. But their souls trust you too. So don't beat yourself up. Your souls trust you too. And they trust that they're going to, as a result of their alignment with you, they're going to go through whatever it is that they have to go through so that they can continue the flow. Their soul can continue the flow and path that it was sent here to go on. So don't beat yourself up. Some of you may say, oh my God, did I mess up? No, you didn't mess up. They had to go through what they had to go through. And you were appointed and called for it, okay, for them to go through it. Oh, Holy Spirit said this. You were the one that was called to go through it with them. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy dealing with a generational curse breaker. Because see, in our society, we're not used to we're not used to really a personal choice. Our choices were already defined for us, told us exactly what it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be, where we're supposed to go, and all of that. So we don't really have a choice. I mean, if you consider a choice, them telling you, you're going to go to school, you're going to get a degree, you're going to do this, it has been a challenge for many people who decided, I don't want to go to school. I'm going to choose to go this route over here, especially when you're dealing with someone who's extremely intelligent. What do you mean you don't want to go to school? I know you lying. No, I'm deciding I'm not going to go to school. I'm going to do it this way. And then they take away that you see them go through struggle. You see them go through suffering. That's not easy for a parent. I'm always reminded of the movie with Jamie Foxx for Ray Charles, when he was going blind and his mother was watching him scuffle on the floor. And she was so broken. But she cried, and at the same time she was crying, she was saying, you gonna do this. You're not gonna be no cripple. She had to push him through that. She had to stand there and be strong. Ray Charles never would have been Ray Charles if his mother wasn't the strength that she was. See, you may look at it as you, because of your struggle, that you suffered them. But what it is your struggle that their soul needed to overcome. That's what it is, baby. That was so strong this morning when I was on my walk. It was like Somebody is crying. Somebody is like, why? But you must know that all of it was divine. All of it was divine. It was a divine awakening. It was a divine necessary path for their soul and for you. And you were the one blessed to carry them into this mission. So don't you dare beat yourself up, but I want you to pray that prayer. God, what is the mission for my child? Don't suffer them the penalty of the box that we were taught to be in. Some of you don't even know when you had your child. Did you know on that birth certificate that they automatically assigned a business identity, if you would, to the whole thing? We're not going there, but I want you to know that from the beginning, there were things that were already taken away from you. And even for generations back, people don't realize how we've been deprived of our freedom. How the freedom has been completely snatched from us from the beginning. Even to the mother in the hospital, snatched up. So you have souls that are born to you that has an individual mission. And I'm going to say this, and it's in the book, Goal of the Soul. By the way, Convos with God, I'll put the link in the bio here, in the description here. You can get it now. But in Goal of the Soul, it talks about its divine mission with humanity. Your soul is more connected to the souls that to the past lives of it versus so much your DNA. Your soul aligned with your DNA for the purpose of what it has been through. It's a natural flow, and it's not difficult to think about it if you think about how trees grow in the forest, right? How the trees grow and all the beautiful life force that grows in the forest. How it goes in the forest. Right? No one goes there and plants that. It just happens. It just happens. It just is what it is. Right? It just is what it is. Okay? And one more in Spirit saying. It is what it is. And no one, okay. Wow. Someone, okay. Wow. Okay, let's see what we have here. It is what it is. And that's just like how it is with the soul. I'm feeling that. Leave that out. With the soul, it just happens. It just happens. We have here, and look, as we are talking about being separate, allowing for your child to be free, and even you. I know sometimes it's very scary to watch. It's very scary to think what's going to happen when you have this child that is like literally trying to just break away. They're just obstinate. Some of them are just completely obstinate. They don't care what you're talking about. And you are, and listen, so many people, so many children have been medicated for the sake of the voice that they had, the way they talked when they first came out, because they were not talking the indoctrinated, suppressed conversation. They were sedated through medication. And guess what? Their souls know. It says, pay attention. I just did a post today on that. Pay attention. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given. Both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. You are clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance too. You have limitless potential. This is a powerful reminder that anything is possible if you dream it. You have the ability to make it reality. What someone else has can also be yours. But don't be guilty of coveting someone else's. I'm going to add that there. Stay calm and trust that what is meant for you will come your way. You don't have to force anything. You attract what is yours. Release any tension and embrace relaxation, knowing that your potential is boundless. And then as we were talking about freedom, because even today I did it in the community post. I just talked about earlier about paying attention to everything. That cloud is not just a cloud. That thing that is right in front of you is not just a thing in front of you. It is something that you need to pay very close attention to. And you ask God, Lord, what am I to see? Show me, make it plain and clear. And as we stand here again, what comes to me with this, if you allow the freedom to be you, the freedom of your children to be them, without the limitation, without the boundaries, the strict boundaries, sit down and talk with your child. You'll be surprised. What is it that you want to do? Stand by them. Stand by them. There's going to be reward and recognition in the ethers and in the flesh, in the spirit and in flesh. It says, congratulations for your hard work. So for those of you who actually took the leap of faith and actually stepped out into your freedom, congratulations, because there's reward. Your charisma, communication. You may find yourself repeatedly resisting certain truths, leading to feelings of exhaustion and limitations. See? That you got to let it go. Some of you have already been you've been encouraged to let it go. Let that situation go. Let the situation go of control. Let control go. That's making you exhausted and everybody else around you. It's time to decide to live authentically for yourself. And so for those of you who have been bound by restriction because you've been in a controlling environment your entire life and you've taken that same attitude and energy into your adult life, it is time for you to let it go. Because with your freedom, go ahead and follow how you've been guided. Go ahead and follow how you've been guided. And with your freedom, there is going to be success, reward, and recognition. And because of who you are, just being yourself. Just being yourself. You're done with the endless cycles. You're going to follow your higher calling. You're having trouble listening to how the Spirit has been guiding you because this tried to come upside down. But you've been having a difficult time following how the Spirit has been guiding you. The Spirit has been guiding you to go into this particular direction, but because of everything that you hear from the past, because of your family, because of your friends, whatever it is, you have found it very, very difficult to just follow, and you have been questioning what divine has been guiding you to do. You've been actually questioning that. Your soul is whispering its deepest desires and truths to you. In the quiet moments, listen closely. It's guiding you toward your authentic path. It's been guiding you towards your authentic path. This is where you're going to find your wish come true. This is where you're going to find the wish come true. Your higher calling is calling you. Your soul is whispering. Sometimes it's that small, still voice. Sometimes I remember when I remember when Divine, the first time I started really paying attention to the real small, still voice. Because I was given something that could have definitely, I'm not going to say it could have, should have, could have, would have, because what happened, should have, it happened. But at times you are given choices, God knowing full well the choices you will make, but giving you the opportunity to experience life and all of its profound results. So never regret any choice that you've made, but be appreciative of that. Your inner knowing. You have an inner knowing. It's real deep inside of you. You already know. But you've been stagnated in fear. And I think really fear mostly about what others are going to say. Stuck in lack. I didn't even see this. Stuck in lack. You have all the resources you need to carry you through. Whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have, it is only ego-based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. You see that? You've been stuck in a facade of lack. Ego-based fears. Scared of what, did I not say that? Scared of what somebody else is going to say. Scared of what people are going to think about you if you make such a choice. Some people are stuck in relationships because they're scared of what everybody is going to think if they make another choice. You're stuck on the job that God told you to leave because you're afraid of what somebody else is going to think, or the fear that you have is valid in terms of where are you going to help? How are you going to take care of yourself? How are you going to take care of your children? But let me tell you, that leap of faith is difficult. But when you do, I am telling you, the resources are boundless. The opportunities are boundless. And your life takes on a new meaning and direction that also inspires your child and your children. Communication is key in the process. Talking to the children and letting them know this is what we're doing. You're actually stepping into your freedom by letting go. Self-awareness, forgiveness, empathy, professionalism. Release what no longer serves you and let go of grudges. Look at that. Some of it is grudges to yourself. Openly express your emotions and seek compromise. When understanding is lacking, it's best to move forward. Embrace the truth and it will set you free. Embrace the truth. What is the truth of you? That's where your freedom is. That's where your true freedom is. And just because you decided to go, you were born in an era where everybody was in the box, doesn't mean that your seed now has to suffer and bear that weight of our discretions. That's the truth. Allow them to follow their intuition. This message is so strong about these kids because the youth, save the world. Allow their intuition. Don't bind their intuition. Don't bind you. It may not sound like it should sound, right? Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. A courageous heart. It takes courage to follow your heart. Especially those who you have generational curse breakers. I promise you, it takes courage to even allow your children to follow their heart. You don't want them to look bad. You don't want them to be talked about. You don't want, but it's what their soul is calling for and yearning for. And they don't really realize that it's an issue until you've made an issue of it. It takes courage. You have very courageous children. They're courageous, but when we bind them in this generation, you bind them and put in a cage, you mess around and find out. Sometimes children will go and lean towards addiction, and then they start feeling down on themselves and depressed because they are suppressed. Now under stress and anxiety and fear, and then dealing with the same ideology in their mind that people are going to look at them and talk about them in a certain kind of way. It already took courage. They don't know how to face you. But some of you already have a feeling about them. But they don't know how to come to mommy. They don't know how to come to daddy because they know mommy and daddy is going to talk about them. Or aunt or uncle or grandmother is going to talk about them. Their teacher is going to talk about them. So they don't know how to keep it real. They don't know what to say. But you do. So it's important for you to go and then talk to them. Let them know that you understand. Say, I understand, but I don't understand, but I can feel you. Because I was raised a different way. I had a different kind of life because they taught me something different. I don't understand this path that you think that you're supposed to be on. I don't know how to do this, but I'm here with you. I love you. And we're going to work through it. That takes courage. And that's giving them peace of mind. That's giving them hope. The hope of their calling is not the hope of the calling that most people founded through fear and said it was the hope of the calling. Because that's what we were taught. Protection. Their soul's mission is protected. Look at this, courage again. Prepare for the blessing you've been waiting for. They're on their way. You were born for a higher purpose. Focus your energy on your goals and trust that the universe will align the right people, opportunities, and resources to realize your dreams. Know that about your child. Don't place your fears on them. Don't, because you scared. All right? I understand. I get it. I chose to raise true purpose-driven children. I didn't raise them how I was raised. It was a whole nother different way. But you keep the joy and happiness in your family, in your life. Don't put your fear on them. Deal with the fear that you have had to deal with. Because the way that we were taught in the past, it is not that way. It is not the path to freedom. Nobility. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. Do you realize you have kings and queens? Do you realize the souls today, the children that we're bringing into the world today, and I want you to get convos with God, make it make sense, please. The things that are being to our children today, their souls are very, 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 very old. And I know for the majority, the soul conversation has not been talked about how it's getting ready to be talked about. But it's so, let me enlighten you of what divine downloaded to me about the soul. Imagine being in the corridor of a building and the doors, one of the revolving doors in the corridor of a building and never going in. Can you imagine that? Just standing there for hours, and you come back, you go home, make dinner, come back, and a week later you come back to the building and it's still revolving and somebody is in the revolving, caught in the corridor of a building. That is the state of the mind. That is the state of the soul. The soul is the point. Yes, we are the point. Because it chose you. It aligned with you fluidly, naturally. That's what it did. But imagine that. And now, finally, a generation that will listen. The probability of the soul aligning with someone and them actually listening to God, the Holy Spirit, the divine, speak to them and them going as they were called is a very bigger chance than it was many years ago, even 5 years ago. They have a better chance today. Us adults who were caught up in the whirlwind and the cycle of restriction and binding and all of this, It's really up to us to let go and let God, for real. Let go and let God. Study to show thyself approved. I say, I say the Spirit will teach you all things. I'm crazy enough to believe it. The Spirit will teach you all things. You may have to pull away from everything that you thought you knew. God, if I don't know you, show me you. Show me how you want me to be with my child. Show me how to be a true purpose-driven parent. I don't care if your children grown, because a lot of the children that are grown are dealing with the child that's inside, that was restricted as a child, that was taught a certain type of thing, a type of way, and it still has them bound. A new endeavor is upon you, and it may require new knowledge and skills. Put the intention out to the universe, and the right teacher will soon find you. Empowerment, growth, and friendship. Relaxation. You have more control over your life than you realize. Pursue your interests and take action to transform your circumstances. Things will improve with time. You will have plenty of opportunities to make new friends, so relax, have fun, and open up. Step outside and embrace the world around you. Freedom. Personal options. Your personal choice. Close your eyes. I say close your eyes and allow for divine to step on in and show you something that you've never seen before. Don't put God in the box. Don't put the knowing of God in the box. I like to say divine source energy most of the time, because that's what divine is. Divine is, God is divine source energy. And that hasn't been taunted with the binding and the fear-based doctrines and things. And I know I was raised in it, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody going to be all right. Everybody going to be all right. People are in different places in their walk, in their journey. But it is really up to us, all of us, to follow that higher calling. That is our freedom. That is our peace. That is our love. That is the abundance. Yeah, you may have to walk away from it all. And so what? I've done it too. So I'm not telling you something that I have not experienced myself. You may have to walk away from it all. Don't worry about what somebody is saying and how they're talking about a journey. Don't worry about them. Right? I remember when I was in college, and a lot of us wore the same. We had jeans and shirts, and that was our outfit for many of us, right? I didn't care. I wore those jeans and shirts just as proudly, because you know why? Because I knew I had a mission going on. I knew that when I got done, I was gonna meet a goal. That's what I felt. I was gonna meet a goal, so I was okay. Don't worry about what somebody is saying. That's part of the journey. That's part of the journey. You say I'll do anything. I'll do anything for God. Okay, really? So when God tells you to walk away, and you got to be before the people, before the crowd, and maybe you don't have that outfit on. Maybe you don't have that thing on. Maybe you are in a car. Maybe God took you to the street. Like me. I was out there for a time. But in cloaked situation, in a very profound excursion, profound things were learned, downloads, separation. I've been talked about, mistreated. All that. But guess what? Divine will. Oh man. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. The revealer of truth. That's exactly what happened. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Listen, I love you guys. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Anything else? I know that you guys are going to have a wonderful day today. You know why? Because I already see that for you. I already see a wonderful, 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 magical day for you. I love you so much. And I thank you guys for joining me today. I've never done like a live reading before. I know, I still was talking a while, right? All through it, and that's what it's about. However the Spirit leads. Wherever you lead me, I will follow. Wherever. Wait a minute, hold on. Wherever you lead me, I will follow. I choose to be guided. What we got? One off the top, one off the bottom. Oh, and Revealer Truth came out again. Oh, ooh. One off the top again. Self-reliance. Love. True love, baby. Once you become self-empowered, the mirage of love will fade, and the reality of love will become your only tolerance. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace, baby. I love you guys. Because you are the revealer of the truth. You hear? The coyote. And it says self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. That's right. Bosses don't talk. They just show up. That's what they do. I love you guys. Bye. I choose to be guided. I'm going to put the link so that you can get combos with God. Make it make sense, please. Baby, listen. I am the conduit, and it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I thank you all for joining me today, for being here. I love you so much. Have a good one. I don't know how to turn it off. How you turn it off? What's it doing? Okay.